and they just, like their parents, they love themselves some money, don't they?
It is interesting how she's exposing her as a yacht girl, someone who was paid off by rich men to go and hang out.
He knows that Meghan Markle was a hoe. He knows that Meghan Markle had a relationship with Prince Andrew. He knows that he is stuck.
The wider picture is half in, half out, doesn't work. And let's look at how are the royal family using and potentially manipulating their role of soft power.
Prince William means business. He's had enough. He wants to clean the monarchy, and it's all now in the hands of the courts. Meghan Markle is in full mode panic along with Harry because they both know what they did.
He would probably try, maybe she was a honeypot for men.
Meghan Markle was clearly someone who, at least for a time, ran in some of the most exclusive circles of the British royal scene. And that means she may have seen things few outsiders could. Those aren't my words. That's attorney David Boies speaking on the record. Right now, Meghan is reportedly in turmoil in Montecito as scrutiny grows over her past connections and choices. A Victoria's Secret supermodel, once a fixture at Soho House parties, has just gone public with an explosive account that shakes everything Meghan has carefully built.
David Boies, who was Virginia Roberts' attorney, who wanted to call Meghan Markle as a key witness in the civil lawsuit against Prince Andrew, were very clear and specific that Meghan Markle was a past close associate of Andrew, and she participated in everything that was going on.
One of us has been quietly tracking the cover-up for 8 years. So again, these words really matter, Lauren, because what she is suggesting is that for 8 years, there has been a cover-up involving the truth of Meghan Markle.
The revelations about the high-profile trips in Meghan's life before Harry, they are jaw-dropping. 4 years, powerful figures have worked to scrub the internet, hide photos, and keep stories quiet. But the dam has finally cracked. You're about to hear from someone who claims to have seen it all firsthand. Jessica Reed Kraus, the controversial blogger behind House and Habit, just announced she's releasing an 8-year investigation into Meghan Markle. She's been sitting on folders full of evidence since 2018.
But this is a woman who drops truth bombs and who always keeps the receipts. And for some time, she has been promising major revelations to come on Meghan Markle, on Meghan Markle's past. A picture of Virginia Giuffre, the late Virginia Giuffre, as a much younger woman, with the words, "And maybe it will make sense now," why VG, clearly a reference to Virginia Giuffre, originally wanted Meghan to testify at her trial, which, remember, we discussed last week, is something that Virginia Giuffre's lawyer, David Boies, had previously gone public to the Daily Beast about.
Collecting accounts, testimonies, and details from people who claimed they were treated poorly. Her Instagram stories sent the Sussex squad into full meltdown. Jessica teased what's coming. All the scrubbed info, Soho House insights, photos, and staff accounts. But here's the part that really sent chills down my spine. She posted a picture of Virginia Giuffre as a young woman with a caption hinting at why she originally wanted Meghan to testify at her trial. David Boies went on record with the Daily Beast, saying Meghan could be a key witness in high-profile cases. People magazine covered it back in 2021 and then silence, a total media blackout. But Jessica isn't alone, and this is where it gets even more intense. Her collaborator Barbara.
To me, that clearly reads, "We have your card marked." That is how it reads to me. And, you know, the public, quite rightly, have a lot of unanswered questions for Meghan Markle. I think Meghan Markle will be panicking because at the end of the day, Dan, things don't make sense with Meghan Markle. That's a fact.
Brings serious credibility before dismissing it as gossip. Know this. She graced the covers of Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, and Marie Claire. Modeled for Ralph Lauren, Victoria's Secret, and Neiman Marcus, starting at age 10 and retiring in 2013 after a huge career. Barbara's real claim to fame. Her ex-boyfriend produced multiple events for big-name parties, places Barbara attended, so she saw it all. In a stunning interview, she revealed, "I always saw young models, girls from around the world just hanging out with wealthy men.
Had they had these standards like 40 years ago, Meghan Markle would have not been anywhere near anybody. She wouldn't have been allowed anywhere near the royals. But because of what the state that the royal family is in, she was able to sneak in her way.
I went to Soho House a lot in London. It was a scene, like Harry was always there, partying. He partied a lot.
It wasn't glamorous. It was a world most people never see. Barbara says one of her closest friends was caught in a terrible situation by big-name figures. When she went public a year ago, people doubted her. But now, after everything's been released, it's far more intense than anyone imagined. Barbara knows Soho House, the yacht scene, and the elite social circles inside out. She even knows Prince Andrew personally. When shown evidence about Meghan's past, her reaction was immediate and harsh. I went to Soho House a lot in London. Barbara said, it was a scene. Harry was always there partying hard. This isn't speculation. This is coming from someone who actually lived that life. The clubs were exclusive, the atmosphere anything but innocent. And Barbara's account paints a side of the royal world we rarely get to see.
Very good authority, I have it, that the royal family have been trying to scrub the internet from Meghan Markle's past, erase her past. They try to claim that they were in New Zealand here, that they're sitting here in New Zealand. So they try to fool the picture that I'm showing you on the left. That's them claiming that they're in New Zealand. There's a problem with that. If you look here where the little hand is, you will see the edge of basically this I don't know how much that you have set on this stone. You can see it's literally the same stone seat, whatever. You can see it's the very same background. And that is in St. Bart's, which is literally 120 kilometers from.
It was dark. Barbara recalls a lot of models were there. The scene was wild. She mentions high-profile guests and VIP treatment, including celebrities like Renee Zellweger. It was definitely a place where big names mingled, where deals could happen, and maybe even secret meetings, she says. Could there have been hidden spaces? I don't know, but it was definitely a scene. Barbara compares it to New York's upstairs club, upscale, exclusive, and invitational. You wanted to be seen there. When asked about Meghan Markle specifically, Barbara's response is blunt. At the time, Meghan was relatively unknown. A C-list cable actress at best. She was just a model actress. Barbara says she wasn't a model in the usual sense, just part of the crowd.
This is incredibly crucial. This is when Meghan Markle was flown to Istanbul for the weekend, for the opening of the Soho House. And guess what? She was pictured there with these people, Meghan Markle, and with a group at a party in 2015, where she was simply guest, where all the rest were named. Yeah, because Meghan Markle was truly a nobody, guys. She was a carpet filler.
In 2015, Meghan was reportedly flown to Istanbul for the opening of Soho House Istanbul. A photo shows her at the party with several other attendees, all named, but Meghan is simply listed as a guest. Barbara describes her as carpet filler flown internationally by Ron Beale and Associates. When asked why someone like Meghan would be flown across the world, Barbara's answer is striking. Maybe she was there as a social magnet for high-profile guests, she says. When the interviewer asks for clarification, Barbara adds, think Marilyn Monroe vibes, where charm meets networking. Then Barbara shows a photo of Meghan with Petroeva at a New York fashion show, and suddenly the dots start connecting. To understand Barbara's perspective, you need to know Ron Bell, the billionaire behind Soho House.
Okay, this is the dots I'm connecting throughout the years of being in my modeling industry. Ron was always around David Blaine. Ron was always around Leonardo DiCaprio and Giselle Bundchen. Ron was always around Michael Jackson. Ron was always with Bill Clinton all the time because my friend worked for the Clinton Foundation.
Most of the time when I had celebrities do events like this, they didn't even bloody stay for the event. They'd had their picture and they'd go. Or, you know, you see them at these like charity events for kids and they're just sat there almost with a tear stick. And then they don't care. These people don't care.
Meghan's former friend Marcus Anderson worked for him. And Soho House even named their rose wine after Marcus. Barbara knew Bell personally. He was always present alongside names like David Blaine, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Giselle Bundchen. Even Michael Jackson reportedly crossed paths with these circles. One friend of Barbara's from Texas worked for a major foundation in her 20s and had connections to Burkill. Barbara notes a quirky detail. Burkill apparently wears the exact same outfit in every public photo, a navy Ralph Lauren polo and jeans. It's like a costume, she says. It keeps things confusing for anyone tracking appearances. Yet mainstream media rarely mentions his name. When Harry and Meghan left the UK in 2020, where did they reportedly stay? Barbara points to Berkel's property in Canada.